Good morning. Together with Georgie, I have the great honour to welcome all delegates to this conference today, but also, most especially, to welcome our honoured guests, Ministers Petrova, the Chair of the Parliamentary Committee, Mr. Andronov, other honoured parliamentarians who are with us today, and the Mayor of the wonderful city of Varna. It is truly a beautiful city, and it's quite distracting and quite cruel to place us so close to the wonderful beach and the sea. But we have important business to transact here over the next few days. You, our members and valued friends and colleagues, who include our valued allies in European Disability Forum and Inclusion Europe, represented by Ms. Maureen Piggott. We are here to consider very important issues about social economy. You have come from the four corners of Europe, from Finland and Estonia in the north, from Armenia in the east, from Catalonia and Spain in the west. So we have a very rich gathering of people here today. You are all experts in your own fields and in your own communities. We do stand at something of a crossroads. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of Disabled People, as I understand it now, has certainly been ratified and adopted by all member states of the European Union, I think also by all states within the Greater Europe. At last, in most of our countries, we are trying to find ways to support disabled people as individuals. Georgi has made reference to deinstitutionalization, and as has been said, certainly by me, but from other quarters in the past, deinstitution is not an issue just for certain countries, perhaps in the East. It is an issue for many of us in our countries. Sometimes the institutions are not as obvious as they used to be, but they still exist in physical form and also in our minds. But certainly, we're very pleased to note that Bulgaria has now closed its institutions for children and is on the path to making more individualized support available to disabled people. But there are challenges, therefore, for governments across Europe, but there are also challenges for us as service providers, major challenges. We have to move beyond providing tokenistic approaches to supporting and enabling disabled people. We have to improve the quality of the services and support that we offer to disabled people and to make them more appropriate and individual. We have to help disabled people to remove the stigma of disability that still hangs over the lives very often of disabled people. Legislative change is extremely important, and again, Georgi and the Minister, I know, has made reference to important legislation proceeding through the Bulgarian Parliament now. Yet we are still bedeviled in a number of our countries about issues of capacity and guardianship. We have disabled people who are non-citizens in our countries. That needs to end. But as we try and assist disabled people to take their rightful place in society, to find appropriate places for them to live in a place that they can call their home, to be supported to the extent that they want. But we have to think about what often gives most of us value in our lives, which is about a meaningful occupation, meaningful activity during the day. A wage is not always a be-end-all and end-all, but it often raises our status with our families, with our loved ones, with our neighbours. And that's why our agenda today and tomorrow is so important. The initiatives that are possible that we group under the broad heading of social economy can be invaluable for disabled people, but they can also be invaluable for the communities that disabled people live in. We can develop initiatives that benefit everyone who lives in the community that we live in, not just disabled people. And a reciprocal arrangement can be developed, where disabled people contribute to society, contribute to life in the community, just as much as any other person. That entails respect, greater dignity, and delivers some of the more emotional aspects that the things that the Convention try to achieve, alongside the physical attempts to assist us and assist disabled people. So we have a very important agenda. We are so pleased to be doing this conference in collaboration with our dear friends in NASO and Georgi. NASO truly is a remarkable organisation. You will see the details of what it does and the breadth of its membership in the papers for this conference. But certainly in EASPD, we've had a very good collaboration, very intense collaboration with NASO and with Georgi for many years. We value that, and we hope that in the course of these 2 days, you will find many new contacts, new ideas, and that you will contribute your own experiences in our discussions. Enjoy the 2 days. We work hard, and perhaps we'll have some good Bulgarian wine and food later on today. Thank you.